I lost my mom at a very young age. I was 13 years old. This shaped me to be the man I am. I have a lot of mental models and worldviews that I would not have if it wasn't for how I came up. Everybody in my family has not had it like me in terms of how bad I had it and then how good I'm having it now. Latch on to the fucking children in the next generation. We can't keep fucking doing that bullshit. We moved on Section 8 because all my family would wonder, okay, what the fuck is she doing? She's going out doing all this stuff, abusing drugs, but what was actually happening? I was the one by her side. So I knew she should have been home that night. She wasn't. Days passed. Nobody knew where she was. We only have one fucking life, guys. All right, guys, let's fucking go. We got a story time today. It was a little bit deeper than a story time. I lost my mom at a very young age. I was 13 years old and my mother died, right? I also had a very crazy childhood, a crazy upbringing. And the only reason I'm coming online, I'm coming on here to even say this story, which I honestly, obviously don't want to do. The only reason I'm here is because I truly do know that this shaped me to be the man I am. I have a lot of mental models and worldviews that I would not have if it wasn't for how I came up. And I'm gonna tell this story, and along this story, I'm gonna give the lessons that I learned throughout there, how I think. Why is it important for me to relay how I think and drop these mental models onto you guys? Is because it gives me the result that I have, right? I'm 24 years old. I live here in Dallas, Texas, in the heart of the city. High-rise penthouse. I make $35K a month being a tattoo artist, right? A lot of people's dream is very chill. I'm fucking out here literally in the back of my car on a Wednesday, random afternoon, just doing shit like this, right? A lot of people in my family, if not everybody in my family, has not had it like me, right? In terms of how bad I had it and then how good I'm having it now. Complete two different spectrums, and you guys will see that exactly with this story, right? I don't want to start the story just talking about my mom and the tragic events because it really does start from the beginning, right? I had it really bad from the beginning. It was just insane. Honestly, I was, coming up with this video and, scripting out how this is gonna go. And I bury a lot of stuff, right? But I'm gonna start the story, my life story, around the third grade. I'm living in North Florida at the time. My family's all from Miami. My aunts, uncles, the majority of my main family is in Miami. Some of us moved to North Florida, some of us being me, my brother, my sister, my mother. And my two grandparents, right? So we moved to North Florida and we're there. I think obviously before third grade for sure, because I remember kindergarten and pre-K, I was in North Florida. So come third grade, really, really important in this story is gonna be my friends that I grew up with. Shout out Isaiah, Donovan, Eli, if y'all seeing this, shout out to you guys. Literally my brothers. We don't speak much to this day, but for sure, they can hit me up, I can hit them up. They know that for facts. Like damn near when we were growing up, they're my cousins. Like if anybody talks to us, we're cousins, right? And you'll see why later in the story. So third grade's here, right? Everything's cool up to this point. Single mother, 3 kids. As cool as it could be for that, right? For being in these circumstances. But obviously being young, a lot of things go over your head. You're not really thinking or taking into account, okay, we're on fucking EBT. We're taking advantage of government programs. Why did we move to North Florida, right? Maybe because it's fucking cheap as shit. Why is it so hard to come across 20 fucking bucks, 50 bucks? These are things that go over your head. But my dad left when this is what I was told, right? I don't remember this, obviously. He left when I was 1 year old on my birthday. That was the story. Like they had their big final finale fight on my first birthday. I've never seen my dad hit my mom or any of that, but I can remember that's why they split at that moment, is because that was the first time he kind of crossed the line. My dad came back around the third grade, but he was fucking chaotic. Abused alcohol to the max, and other drugs, I'm pretty sure. But definitely alcohol is the main thing. Even to this day, dude's still fucked. But I have memories of him fucking punching holes in the wall, yelling every night, having an episode every other night, being a fucking drunk, right? I have this one memory in specific where he grabbed the fucking plant and launched it across the fucking house. This dude's fucking strong, by the way. Like, this dude used to fight, like, professionally. So he fucking threw the plant across the house. There was, like, dirt everywhere, fucking holes in the wall, fucking covering up holes in the wall with paintings, like, pictures and shit. I know some of you guys probably have gone through that, right? That's, like, kind of like a movie thing, but people actually do that shit. Or maybe I just do, right? Maybe that's just my fucked up life. He left or whatever, but that was the first glimpse into, okay, like, what the fuck's going on, right? This just not good. It's not all fucking sunshine and rainbows. Life is kind of fucking crazy. When he left, shit kind of started going downhill even more. I want to say I'm around the 4th grade right now. My mom, again, single mother. We moved mind you, my dad was fucking up the house. We already moved from my grandparents' house. But when I lived right here. My grandparents were right here. Like, we were like a block away. Like, it was like literally a 2-minute walk, right? We even had a shortcut to get to their house. So we moved to our own house. We moved on Section 8, right? So we had this government assistance thing where, you know, Section 8, everybody knows that. It was like $800 a month, if that. Like, I'm saying 800 was probably less. We had a 3-bedroom with a backyard and everything. It was super dope. Only thing is, you're in fucking buttfuck nowhere, Palm Coast, Florida, right? Here's a lesson here. Like, this is kind of where I tie in my mental models and stuff. You are your standards, right? And it's so fucking important that you have your standards delusionally high, right? Our standard, and my family does this to this day, like, and y'all are gonna watch this, right? I'm being very vulnerable on the internet, like all my fucking other YouTube videos about my ex and all that. You guys can watch that. That's gonna be linked in the description below. Everybody's gonna have something to say. What I'm trying to say here is my family does this even to this day, and I don't understand why. They try to soften the fucking blows, right? Oh, we're on EBT, or we're on Section 8. Like, oh no, just use, it's okay. Like, oh, it's okay. Like, this like logically makes sense to do, or live a certain way. You know, like, oh, this is just the circumstances, and it's okay. We try to like soften the blow or tell ourselves this repeatedly to then make ourselves feel better about ourselves in our situation. But this does latch on to the fucking children in the next generation. We can't keep fucking doing that bullshit. Like, I can't stand that shit. I disdain that with a fucking passion. There's nothing normal about being on government assistance. There's nothing normal about your fucking kid can't have 20 bucks to go to a book fair. There's nothing normal about haircuts that were $10 back in the day being fucking a difficult thing to do. There's nothing normal about your kids not being able to wear Jordans, right? Or get the shit that they want. Like, it's $200 pair of fucking Jordans. You should be wiping your ass with that shit. There's nothing fucking normal about that. Mind you, I know my mom's single mother. Shout out to her, she did the best she could. Again, while I'm saying this story, it might be harsh and whatever, but this is just how the fuck I was. This is just what I got out of being raised the way I was. So you are your fucking standards. We had such a low bar, such a fucking low bar. There was nobody setting the fucking example. There is absolutely nobody setting the example. So if you're a man watching this, which the majority of you are, you have to be that fucking standard. Mind you, there is no fucking man in the house. That's fine. But if you want to have a family one day, which hopefully the majority of you do, you have to be the guy that people go to solve problems, people fucking respect, that sets the standard. And then you can't expect other people to be better than you. If I have a house, I have a wife, 3 kids, cool. I'm hitting the gym every day, I'm making money, I'm on my shit, I'm waking up early, I'm doing X, Y, and Z, I'm fucking even cleaning the fucking house, right? Because that's just the type of person I am. I can't expect people to work out just as much as me, make as much money just like me, fucking do all the things just like me. But I can't expect, you know, all right, my wife's a little fit. You know, she hits the gym here and there, she sees me do it. I'm setting the bar. I'm creating a new fucking standard for this generation, for the people in my fucking household. And that's the fuck how it has to be. We had none of that growing up, absolutely none of that. My mom met some guy or some like quote unquote boyfriend or whatever, and he introduced her to drugs and whatever. This is when shit started really going crazy and hitting the fan. My mom would leave, you know, the crib or disappear for, you know, a lot. I don't even know. She'd work, don't get me wrong, at first, but she'd start going in and out the house and disappearing and whatnot. I was living with my fucking friends at the time that I mentioned earlier, my cousins, quote unquote. And I was there so fucking often. I was there so fucking much. I basically became a fucking brother, right? While my mom was out abusing and doing X, Y, and Z. Mind you, my brother and sister are way older than me. So they had left the crib and it was just me and my mom. And we were living at my grandparents' house, and we lost the house, right? We lost the house and then we were just living at my grandparents' house, which is right up the street. And then everything started getting really fucking crazy and turning left. I'd be out with my mom. Mind you, she would never want to let me go. She'd always want me by her side throughout this whole entire process, right? This was definitely the start of it, but I'll show you guys will see how I was always by her hip through everything, and I'd see all the bullshit. And I was the only one in the family that truly to this day has stories and knows what my mom was doing, because all my family would wonder, okay, what the fuck is she doing? She's going out doing all this stuff, abusing drugs, but what was actually happening? I was the one by her side. Nobody else knows. Nobody in my family. Like, I was such a mama's boy, like a regular Dominican kid. All these people, all those jokes on Dominican men, like being such a mama's boy. I'd have a bunk bed with my brother, never slept there. I was always sleeping with my mom, like until like so fucking long I was sleeping with her. She kept leaving the house or whatever. My grandparents' house, I'm living in my grandparents' house at the time. It's 4th grade for sure, because 5th grade I moved to Miami, so it's 4th grade. We're going to Daytona and back. If you know Palm Coast, Daytona's about a 30-minute drive. Daytona is where her quote-unquote friends were, that were also abusing were. And I'd go there back and forth. And then if my mom's like, okay, like, let's get this kid out this environment, she'd just let me stay with my friends for like fucking weeks on end. My grandparents hated that shit, but my mom never wanted to give me up. She knew if she gave me to my grandparents, she'd probably never get me back, right? And she kind of conditioned me for this way, right? She conditioned me like, if anybody tries to take me or whatever, no, like, stay by her side, stay with your mom. And mind you, I'm this type of guy to this day, super 10 toes down, super loyal. I was like, fuck it, I'm here for the ride. If anybody tries to take me, no, I'm gonna stay with my mom and be like, nah, I'm good. I remember this one night, I'll tell you this story right here. We came back really late to my grandparents' house. We're knocking on the door, and nobody would let us in. And they didn't let my mom back into the house. We even knocked on my brother's door and his window, and they just wouldn't let us back in the house. Mind you, I don't know if they knew I was with her or not, but we weren't allowed back in the house, and I slept in the car that night. And there's a whole bunch of other nights where I slept in the car, especially in Miami, which we're getting there now. Biggest finale, grand finale, whatever. My grandparents decided that they were moving to Miami. And before they moved, they came to my friend's house that I was living with at the time, basically. And they were like, come with us, like, let's go, it's time for you to, like, you know, separate from your mom and start living with us. Mind you, they never really built a connection with me. Like, I'm with my mom 24/7. Nobody else is building a connection with me. My brother and sister are way older. We kind of had a connection, but the most connection I had was with my mom and my fucking quote unquote cousins, right? My best friends. I know I was in a bad circumstance and I know maybe I should have left, but in my mind, again, I'm standing 10 toes. I stayed. I was like, no, it's not a good idea. I'm staying here. Y'all aren't taking me. My mom was like, you know what? Maybe, you know, that is the final straw. 5th grade, boom, we go ahead and move to Miami. I'm living with my aunt at the time, shout out Titi Mio. And everything seems good. Everything seems like, you know, it's getting better, whatever, you know, it's a little more stable. It's still shitty. It's still poverty. It's still fucking poverty. Like, we can't afford shit. I'm walking to school like a motherfucker. I'm walking to school. I'm talking about, you know, those stories where your dad's like, I used to walk to school with a fucking, what's that shit called on your back? The ham sack or the sack. I used to walk to school with it took me 24 hours to get to fucking school. Like, that type of shit. Like, I'm talking about I was walking to school there and fucking back. And they thought it was okay. They thought they would soften the blow to this day. Like, they'll be like, nah, it's okay. He could do it. Like, it's not that far. It's not that far. Nigga, it's that far. Put me in a fucking, not to be like a privileged kid, but like, I put my kid in a fucking, I'm making sure he's secure. There's security taking him to the fucking school. He's getting driven presidentially. You know what I mean? But fuck it. You know what I mean? You are your fucking standards. That shit, dude, down to how dirty your fucking house is. Like, literally, that's how deep it gets. Like, every fucking little thing you do matters. So I'm in the 5th grade. My first couple months were cool. It started getting kind of hectic, right? My mom's doing the same shit, bullshitting. I'm pretty sure they were having their fights as adults. Remember, I'm a kid, so they wouldn't tell me too much information. So if it seems like I'm not relaying or saying this type of shit, it's because, like, I only got so much, right? And I'm trying to piece this shit together as I'm saying this story. I'm like, oh shit, wait, as an adult, you know, I'm able to do this. She fucking, I guess, not has a fallout with Titi Mio, because her and Titi Mio are always hella tight. Like, I'm talking about, they were like, fucking, like, no, they go together. So we moved out the house. We moved to an efficiency. If anybody knows what efficiency is there's no fucking room or anything. It's like a small fucking thing. It was me and my mom. And they do that heavy in Miami. Efficiencies are big in Miami. It's on some immigrant shit. Like, that's how that shit is, bro. And that shit was probably another $800 a month, or probably cheaper, I don't know. But that was really fucking bad. This is when shit started getting fucking crazy, guys. Like, mind you, 5th grade, I used to be smart as fuck. Like, I'm still smart. Hold up, that sounds crazy, but I used to be that type of kid, great grades in class, gifted honors, all that shit. I was killing it. I was the type of kid, I was like, I'm gonna be a fucking doctor when I'm older. This is when everything took a fucking turn. I'm getting old enough to start to realize, like, hold up, there's actual fucking issues going on. So I'm living with my mom in this efficiency. Mind you, it's just me and her. So now she's free to pretty much do anything without much repercussion back. And this is the type of stuff I was doing. I was in the 5th grade. We would drive to Daytona. There's a 4-hour drive, and back to Kendall. I don't want to sit here and have you guys think I'm exaggerating for the internet or anything. So I'm gonna actually soften the blow a little bit. I'm gonna say every other day. But if I say every fucking day, it probably was every fucking day. Let's just say every other day. Every fucking other day, I would drive to Daytona and back. I'm talking about, and then I would go to school literally on the way back from Daytona. She dropped me off, right? And why? Just so she can get high. Like, they had to be just so she can get high. There's no other way. Like, I'm trying to think. Again, she did a really good job in me not seeing drugs and all that. She did a real good job in me not seeing her consume drugs or whatever the fuck. I would just sit at her friend's house. Her friend had a dog, and I'd watch movies like for hours and hours on end while they were back there probably just high off their ass. That was every fucking day. So what do you think my grades dropped right? I'm barely in school. I'm tired as fuck. It's the first time I started sleeping in class. Her car is like hoarded, like on some hoarder shit. It's really fucking dirty. There's like cockroaches in the car. I sleep in that car sometimes, you know, on the way there and back. Just in crazy environment, crazy places. Mind you, I have a whole family outside of this shit. I have a whole fucking family outside of this shit. Nobody's taking me out of the situation. Grades started dropping. We lost the efficiency, right? We couldn't live there anymore. Obviously, she probably like, can't pay for it. She wasn't even working. I'm thinking, I don't even know how the fuck we're paying for it. The drugs is hurting her health. We came back, it's like super fucking late from driving back from Daytona. And I had school the next day. I don't know what time it is, obviously it's fucking 5th grade, but super late. When my mom starts feeling bad, right? She starts feeling bad, feeling faint. She's like starting to like panic, like on some anxious anxiety shit when you start feeling bad. She falls, passes out straight on my arms, and she's just out cold. I'm like, what the actual fuck? Boom, I lay her on the bed, and I run out the crib. I'm like trying to find people to help, X, Y, and Z. I run back into the crib, and she was up, but she was kind of out of it, you know, calling the cops or whatever. They come in and help her out or whatever. And to this day, they act like nothing happened. They soften the fucking blow and like everything's chill. And I'm like, okay, now I have to fucking live with that and go to school the next fucking day. Like, what the actual fuck? We had like a 5th grade prom thing or dance. I can never afford that shit. It gets even worse, guys. We moved to a fucking shelter home, right? So now I'm down in Cutler Bay Homestead. I'm driving to Kendall to go to fucking school. It's still fucking crazy. I'm always driving far to go to school, man. What's going on? We're in this shelter and I'm seeing a whole bunch of crazier shit, right? I'm living on a bunk bed, right? And I'm living with like another family that's in the shelter as well. I'm seeing fucking crackheads all the fucking time. You know, men, like even like big men, small men, like different type of men, like on some like tweaking and shit all the fucking time. And I fucking hated that shit. I hated that shelter with a passion. But here was the thing, how they softened the blow again. Oh, it's okay, like we're doing this because then you can get government assistance or whatever to then be better. We're doing this and then be better. Motherfucker, you're never gonna get better. It all starts with a fucking person. It all starts with you, it's your standards. This started to trickle back into my school where the teachers started to realize and get information that I was living in these type of circumstances, right? And this is the first time where I started to get pity. I started to get people feeling bad for me, right? And I hated that with a fucking passion from that age. Mind you, I'm in the 5th grade. I'm in the 5th fucking grade going through all this. They're like, all right, why is Josh missing school so much, X, Y, and Z? Everybody knows, okay, now Josh is in this situation. Let's start to treat him different or whatever. Could not fucking stand that. The teachers would treat me different. You know, ask me how I'm okay. Like, I'm fucking okay. Leave me alone. Like, I'm dealing with this shit myself. Like, I don't need any of that shit. So a lesson that I'm trying to say here, that I'm trying to connect, is not only with the teachers, you know, feeling pity, feeling like a burden, but my family not coming in and just fucking taking me forcefully from my mom or whatever. You cannot be anybody's burden, right? If you're 18 years old watching this, 19 years old watching this, even up to 22, 25, and you're still living with your parents, and you're a fucking man, you think you're a fucking man, you're still living and depending on your parents, you need to lock the fuck in. You can't be a burden. Like, you should feel disgusted. You should be feeling fucking disgusted getting pity from other people. And people could help you. That's really nice of them, sure. But if you're not trying to like progress and you don't feel any type of way towards that and you just feel like you just accept it like it's all cool, you're fucking sick in the head. You're actually fucking sick in the head. You're put on this earth to carry your own fucking cross, right? Carry your own weight. That's why I'm glad my family didn't take me away when they knew I was going through all that shit, because I'm not their fucking responsibility. I'm not their fucking responsibility. And they had their own shit going on, right? Who knows if they could actually handle taking on a whole nother kid and all that shit, right? And that's completely fine. That was my journey to walk. That's completely fine. These niggas try to get me, the teachers and all them, shout out to them, fucking like thrifted free clothes. They try to put clothes for me to go to prom. You know how fucking embarrassing that is? Like, that's why I don't take no pity. I don't need nobody's help. Like, I swear, like, I don't want it. I don't want it. That's so fucking embarrassing. Mind you, 5th grade prom, like, it's crazy to even say on the fucking internet, but these are the things I went through, guys. I stand so strong on that shit. Like, you really gotta get it out the mud by yourself. And sure, help is all cool, but you gotta give back. If somebody fucking helps you, you owe them so fucking much. You gotta give back. Moving into 6th grade, we're going into 6th grade. After the whole thing, my mom, she passed out in my arms. From there, my mom was like, okay, you know what? I'll give up Josh. She finally was like, you know, it's too much. You know why? Because I remember this exactly. We're in the fucking shelter. I'm in the fucking car. And I look over, I'm like, I'm tired of this shit. She's like, huh? I start crying, I start yelling. I'm like, I hate this shit. Like, I'm fucking, like, like, what the fuck? Mind you, I'm mad chill. Since a kid, I've been mad chill. My emotions are never rattled. I blew up. She even started crying. I was pissed the fuck off. And she was like, you know what? Okay, it's time to give him up. Nigga, this is the crazy part. Guess who she fucking gave me to? My goddamn dad. You think he's any fucking better? This is fucking crazy. Like, this is the type of shit I was writing the script out. I was like, holy fuck, like, how retarded is that? Is my life, and not how charged is my family. Like, shout out to y'all, but like, come on, y'all need to lock the fuck in. Y'all kind of locked in now, but like, come on, back then, like, what the fuck's going on? Gave me to my damn dad. Mind you, alcoholic, fucking, he's fucked up. He's fucked up. The best part about that, though, was his baby mama. Mind you, I just met my sister for the first time. This is my half-sister. My dad has 9 kids. The first time I meet my sister, she's the same age as me. He gave me to her. Shout out to his baby mama, Yaisleen. Super mad chill. She was the first person that I'm living with and actually connecting with and talking to that I'm like, she got her head on her shoulder. She makes fucking sense, right? The thing that doesn't make sense is she was with my dad at the time. You know, she's not with him now because she's fucking logical. But I'm like, damn, like she fucking makes sense, all right? And she was the best part about that. And she'd actually try, she'd be very generous with me, and she did not have to do that. She did not have to do that. Shout out to her to this fucking day. And shout out my stepsister as well, Andrea, because we're just mad chill. And I was able to, like, yes, my dad was crazy, still doing the episodes, being a fucking alcoholic, being crazy. But I'm like, all right, I connect with these people a little bit more. This is in the 6th grade, so I'm in middle school. In this school particularly, I was not cool. I was cool in 5th grade. I was not cool. It was really hard for me to make friends or whatever. My social life was kind of shit, but I guess I was just going through a whole bunch too much shit. I was going through too much shit, and I was just kind of to myself, right? I was really to myself, just chilling with my sister. Mind you, at this time, there's only 2 bedrooms in the house. This is my sister's room. I moved into my sister's room. She has a big ass bed, right? Nice fucking queen bed or whatever the fuck. And I'm literally in the corner on a little twin, if not that shit was smaller than a twin. Mind you, I'm big as fuck. I was probably this big by that time already. In the corner, like, it was almost like a dog bed. Like, you would think it was a dog that they really cared for. If you just walk into the room like, damn, okay, that's the girl's bed. Damn, they fuck with this dog over here. No, nigga, it was me. Crazy, and I don't mean it any type of way. I swear to God, I'm not shitting on Andrea or Yaisleen, but this is the shit I remember. This is shit that happened, right? And you guys can't turn around and tell me, oh, Joshua wasn't really like that. Come on, like, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm telling you, it made me who I am today. Like, look, I'm all right. I'm all right. That was happening throughout the whole fucking 6th grade, right? Dad was tripping, always tripping. And then finally, my mom comes back around going into the 7th grade, and she takes me back. This time we moved with my grandparents down in Homestead, Florida. And I'm going to a charter school now. I started getting into basketball really heavy, right? I started training. I was fat. I was a little chunky kid. Started training, you know, looking better, feeling better. And I used basketball to help me, you know, drown out the noise. My mom's doing better. Mind you, that year, I would talk to her on the phone or whatever, just make sure she's okay. She'd make sure I'm okay. But I don't know what she was doing. And she finally came back, and she looked better than ever. Shout out to her. And she was actually doing good. Mind you, she was abusing wine, like on some regular single mom shit, that's what they do, to cope with that transition from the hard drugs, right? So she wouldn't get sloppy drunk or whatever, but, you know, she gonna drink wine at night, we all know that. But it was better than the other situation. I live with my grandparents, shout out to them. My brother's there at this time as well. I started playing ball a lot. I'd even go on runs. Like, what type of person is that? Like, nobody taught me this shit. My brother tried to get me into being athletic and shit. And he was playing basketball, which got me into that. But I took that upon myself to, you know, start building this certain type of discipline. I wasn't the most disciplined person then, but I'd start showing little traits at this point. My mom's doing way better. You know, she got a little job out there. I don't think she's doing drugs. And the whole family's like, okay, wait, I think she's good. She's actually transitioning to being better. 8th grade comes around. This was like a crazy time in my life. Crazy time in my life because everything finally started looking up. It finally started looking better. I was always with my brother and my cousin every single day. Finally, you know, building a bond with actual family this time, not just like fucking outside people. My grandparents, I'm getting a little closer with them, finally growing a bond with them. I was doing better in school. Mind you, I wasn't that good socially at the time, but I was playing basketball and locking in with school. I was finally, you know, getting back into my thing. My mom was like, okay, she's only drinking wine or whatever. Christmas Eve, that night, she's like, out of nowhere, I'm going out. I want to go out. And mind you, she wasn't doing that. And we know what it meant when she wanted to go out, right? She's like, I'm gonna go out. My brother he's older, so he has more, you know, authority, more shit to say. He's like, no, like, I don't want you going out, blah, blah, blah. He tried to hide the keys from her, X, Y, and Z. It came to a point where she's like, all right, she's just going out. So I'm just like, all right, fuck it. Like, she's gonna do what she does anyways. I'm still like that to this day. Like, people are just gonna do whatever they do anyways. And it's just fate. Like, fuck it, man. Like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna argue, none of that. She goes out, right? She goes out in her car. It was a red Acura. And then she leaves, right? It's Christmas Eve, she leaves. I wake up in the morning, and like any other kid waking up in the morning, I'm excited. I wake up fast. I run to her room. The first thing I do is run to her room. I open the door, and she's not there. My heart sunk, and I knew something was wrong off rip. And I thought the worst ASAP. I didn't show the emotion or show any. I'm very intuitive. I'm an extremely intuitive person, so I already knew. My brother and sister or whatever, I don't know if my family was trying to soften the blow and say, no, it's okay. It's just, you know, sorry, something. It's fine. And they try to brush it off. Me, I already know what's up. I know my mom. I know what she was doing. I was with her the whole fucking time when she was really, really abusing, and I was with her then, right? Nobody was with her like how I was with her. So I knew she should have been home that night. She wasn't. Days passed. Nobody knew where she was. Nobody was trying to find, right? And I know my family was not tweaking. I know they were starting to get worried 100%. But when it comes to me, they try to like, oh, it's okay, it's soften the blow. Like, bro, don't do that, bro. Like, just tell me what's up. Like, what the fuck? Like, that shit throws me. 3-4 days deep. You know, they're calling hospitals, and they finally, you know, found out that she passed. She got into a car accident Christmas Eve at that night. It wasn't multiple people involved, which is why I guess it didn't get back to us sooner. It was just a single, we don't know how, what, when, where, what happened really exactly, but we know she died due to like blunt force trauma or whatever. The car was wrecked, totaled, fucked. The car was fucked. We all have our theories and whatnot, but you know, theories are just theories. That's just what happened. Those are the facts. From there, I woke up that morning where my uncle comes in. I was sleeping in the living room at the time. I was never sleeping in a regular fucking room in a regular bed. I was sleeping in the living room on a couch. I was sleeping on a couch, woke up. My cousin was next to me because we were chilling the whole night. My uncle comes crying. He's like, he breaks the news like, oh, your mom passed. I have no emotion. I didn't move. I just sit there, you know, processing. Everybody else is crying, and everybody else is crying and thinking I'm gonna fucking explode or something and looking at me some type of way. And that's probably part of the pity shit that I don't like. I just don't like that shit. Like, I want to like get that shit away from me. So she passed. They tell me stoic, like no emotion. I'm not saying that like, oh, I'm stoic, I don't have no emotion. It's just what it was. We go to another room where my family's all at, and I see my grandma crying. I was like, fuck. And that was the thing that made me cry. That was the only time I actually genuinely wanted to cry through that whole process when I saw my grandma cry. I'd never seen her have emotion as well. The funeral comes. We all go there. You got people from all around coming through, you know, saying, oh, sorry for your loss. People I don't talk to, people I don't know, you know, trying to like be there for me now, be there for me then, when shit hit the fan, of course. But what I'm trying to say here is, throughout all the fucking trials and tribulations, throughout that big traumatic experience, I never let it change me, right? I never let it become me, right? I was never a victim to my circumstances, right? Obviously, I should be another fucking statistic. I always say this, I really should be a statistic. I never got into drugs myself. I never got into selling drugs. I never got into scamming. And I was in Miami, man. I'm with Haitians and shit like that. Like, and I don't even say it on no racist shit. Y'all know from Broward County, you're a Zoe and shit. You're scamming, you're swiping, you're moving fucking drugs. You're doing shit like that. I was never introduced to that, thank God, because even since that, think about it. I'll do that shit. I wouldn't do it right now, but like, I'm so with it. Like, I would have done that shit. If I was introduced to that shit, I would have done that shit. So there's no excuse. There's no excuse. My mom passing, I could be to this day, oh, I don't want to do anything. This is fucking haunting me and crying over it, X, Y, and Z. No, you don't have to be a statistic. You don't have to be a fucking victim. You don't have to be a victim of your fucking circumstances, right? Mom passed, I move in with my aunt. My godmother, my aunt, they live together. My aunt has 5 other kids. I never wanted to be there. I never wanted to be there, and they always thought I was an asshole. Even to this day, they're like, yo, you changed so fucking much from high school to after high school. Because I knew I was a burden. They always say, Josh, you were never a burden, right? We love you, all this. Yeah, y'all love me. I'm a fucking burden. I'm something. Even if you don't think I'm a burden, I am something. I'm an extra human. I'm an extra mouth to feed. By default, I'm a burden. I'm a responsibility. And I never wanted to be that. As soon as they gave me a car, I was never around. I never talked to them much. I was always in my own way. I gave them the cold shoulder. I didn't do that because I was an asshole. I did that because I'm actually like, I think I'm generous. One of my biggest mental models that we could take away from this whole thing, you have to be extremely selfish in order to be selfless, especially if you come from situations like how I came from absolutely nothing, from the bottom, from the gutter. You have to be extremely selfish. Who am I to give you everything I have when all I make is $50K a year, right? Imagine me trying so much to give you all this shit. You're gonna have a Dollar Tree lifestyle, right? A kid is gonna have the same lifestyle that I had when you could look at the parents like, damn, look, why is this kid in circumstance? But really, that's all the parents got because they're so selfless. They're so selfless, but they're giving this kid fucking a bullshit lifestyle. When you could, let's say, take 2 years of being extremely selfish, 2-3 years of being super selfish, you know, everybody's like, damn, you're so stingy with your money, or you're so stingy with your attention, your time, your resources. Like, even me, I'm gonna tell you straight up, right now, I give my aunt money here and there. If she ever asks me for money, I'm gonna give it to her. I could right now pay for my aunt's mortgage every month. I could be like, I think it's like $1,800. Even like I give her 12 or a band, right? Every single month, just to relieve her of some stress. I could do that. Or, you know, I could say, yo, you know, whenever you need something, tell me. Look, I'm telling her straight up what's gonna happen. Like, I'm doing this, X, Y, and Z, this is the plan. And within a year, you're retired. Don't even fucking worry about work. Don't do none of that. So I could give her just enough Or we can go all the fucking way. We can go to the moon. I can have her on private jets, on fucking yachts and shit like that, on vacation with me. And in order to do that, it takes being extremely selfish. What people would think it would be selfish, but I'm not doing that. I'm sacrificing so much. You think I feel good not having my aunt retired? People I work with, I want to pay them a big amount. Like I would want to, like if they're doing, I'm not a money hungry type of guy. That's not how I am. I want people to be good. I want people to be good. And who am I to be like, yo, here's as much as I got. Like, I don't like doing that shit. I don't like doing that shit, but like, you know what I mean? With hoes, with girls. A lot of girls, they don't see the bigger picture. They want the right now. They want all the small things right now. They want your attention now. Bitch, I'm trying to get you a house for the fucking future. I'm trying to have your kids fucking going to private school. You know what I mean? Like, you really want this shit? You really want this lifestyle, bitch? You gotta stay down. You gotta stay 10 toes down, but they don't. And that's fine. That's okay. That's completely fine. But that's a different video with the hoes and shit. But you see how that all ties back. That actually all does tie together, guys. Be extremely selfish, so then you can be extremely selfless in the future. We only have one fucking life, guys. You gotta go big or go home. You only have one fucking life. I'm gonna have a mega yacht in Croatia. I'm gonna have a fucking jet to myself, a PJ. Like, why not, right? I'm gonna own a big ass building, one of these skyscrapers. Like, why the fuck not? Why not shoot for that? If I live one fucking life. So guys, that's kind of how my crazy ass life shaped me to be the man I am. A lot of people might think I'm fucking crazy. I'm posting this shit. I don't give a fuck, guys. It's just, I'm not even being crazy. It just is what it is. I'm not saying anything that's not fucking true. And this is just kind of how I got shaped. And this is an idea, a glimpse into my brain of how I think. And success leaves clues, guys. So it's extremely important to take all the little lessons in how I think and operate and run with it if you deem so, right? If you like it, if you like the information given. But that's just a little bit of me and my story, guys. If you want more gems like this, we're dropping that shit every fucking week. I'm coming harder than ever. Every fucking week, multiple times a week, minimum 3 times a week. We're here on YouTube, Instagram daily, gems every single day. I'm here in Dallas, Texas. I'm tattooing as well. Go ahead, follow me on all platforms at the Josh Acosta. I love you guys. Thanks for watching my fucking crazy fucking story, right? It could be worse. I'm not saying I have the craziest story. I could have done crack myself, but at least I didn't, right? So love you guys. See y'all later. Thanks for watching.